What the hell is a BMW 550 Gran Turismo? Like a red-haired hermaphrodite growing up in the 50s, you kind of fear for it out there. BMW already makes wagons, SUVs, and whatever the X6 is. Let's just leave the GT in its gray area for now while we check the tech. The lines of this car, and I can already hear some phlegmy swearing in German, are a lot like the Accord Cross Tour, Acura ZDX, and yes, Toyota Venza. But once you get inside the 550i Gran Turismo, you realize they weren't trying to bring the SUV down, they're trying to build the sedan up. This is not an SUV or a crossover. It doesn't have that kind of cargo ability. Look at the second row. You can't put anything in there. That's strictly a passenger area. And that cargo bay in the back, kind of small and truncated thanks to the fastback lines of this thing. First thing you're struck by in the cabin is that. The big old BMW display, bigger, badder, and better than ever. Nowhere does that display shine any better than when you're on the navigation screen. Their rendering of 3D building information in urban areas is right there with Audi. Entertainment options abound on this guy. You've got radio, which is AM, FM, HD radio. Your satellite radio choice is Sirius. They include 1 year, pretty generous as car companies go. But the real good stuff's under CD multimedia. Here's our CD slot right here. That's not that interesting. Music collection is. This is the hard drive that everything here is running on and giving you some space to rip to. External devices will bring up both your iPod, which I've got connected here, onto one of these cables that goes to an aux and a USB, or in this case, the AV aux in the rear. Notice what's missing here, though. No Bluetooth streaming, even though we, of course, have Bluetooth hands-free with really good contact integration. No audio coming off my Bluetooth phone. You can also pause and replay live radio thanks to that hard drive. Check this out, a digital owner's manual built into the head unit, complete with sort, search, even embedded videos. An outstanding idea, unless you're looking up replace dead battery. Now back here we have one of the best second rows in the auto business. Rear seat entertainment, nice generous screens. They tilt a little bit like so. You've got a single remote with a Siamese control function so you can operate left or right. We've got our own DVD slot down here. Here are those AV aux ins I told you about. We have reclining seats with heating and active ventilation and sunshades that go up and down with the windows. But all this generosity in this area means there's not a hell of a lot of it behind us. You see, because of this coupé roofline on this thing and this interesting tailgate, it's more of a style wagon than any kind of SUV. Hit one button and you get that little gate to lift up. Hit the other button over here and the whole thing lifts up with the glass back. But as you can see, there's not a ton of room in there. This is not the car you're taking to IKEA to buy a bed. You can just put smaller stuff in there. Now in the engine room, we're reminded that a couple model years ago, BMW's model names stopped having any correlation to their engine displacement, like in the old days. So this 550i does not have a 5.5 liter anything. It's a 4.4 liter twin-turbo V8. It's fantastic technology, direct injection as that clattering tells you, 400 horsepower, but more importantly, 450 foot-pounds of torque. 0 to 60 on this big guy is only 5.4 seconds. Here's the downside. 1521 is your EPA MPG ratings. That's good enough for a gas guzzler tax. Select your drive mode to tweak the power delivery, shift profile, and suspension compliance. There's comfort, normal, sport with its own sub-tweaks, or Sport Plus for the most aggressive settings. Each one makes a real difference, but actually I found my favorite overall was leaving it in normal and slipping the gear shift over into its sport profile. Now the 550i GT has gobs of power, as you can imagine. It comes on in this creamy, smooth delivery that is delicious. The problem is, I think this gearbox has too much to do. Does it really need 8 gears? Nope. But this car is not about canyon carving. It's a tourer, so it has great open road power. You don't need that immediately because you're not dicing and slicing on a slalom or some other nonsense. It does the right things for the kind of car it is. The overall effect of this shape and form factor of vehicle is that you're driving a sedan, but a sedan that doesn't have that sort of low-slung, compressed headroom area that is so often the case in modern cars with their thick pillars and all their padding and their airbags everywhere. You've got a little more room in the greenhouse. And did I mention, look at this, frameless doors. You don't find that anymore. Okay, let's price this 550i Gran Turismo. It's a damn good thing the banks are loosening up lending, because you're gonna need it. 64 grand base, but no, you don't even get it till you add $1825 for destination plus gas guzzler tax. Now you're feeling like an idiot as you add on the options, and there are plenty. Convenience package for that lift-up tailgate, keyless entry, and soft closed doors, $1,900. Luxury rear seats, $3,650. Premium sound, $1,400. Rear seat entertainment system is $2,200 more. If you want blind spot detection, lane departure warning, and auto high beams, add $1,350. Now the insult. If you want a rear view camera, add $400. If you want side and top view cameras added to that, add $800 more. Active four-wheel steering is $1,750. Night vision, $2,600. Adaptive cruise, $2,400. Head-up display, $1,300. Good God, for that money, just buy an Aston Martin and put a lift kit in it. But as you can see, there's not a lot of room in there. This is not the vehicle you're going to take to IKEA to buy a bed. Shut up. It's for carrying smaller things, and it does that fairly well.